discuss the unit. Like for example, to measure the length, we use meter. M is a symbol used for meter. Now, for example, we have to make bigger measurements or larger measurements we use. So we use prefix. The prefix will add pre to the unit. We'll fix something pre to the unit. That is, prefix is being attached to the unit. And we can measure larger units. For example, kilometer, you know. For example, distance between A point and B point is 1000 meters. Okay, so we can simply write it as 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer. So here we have used kilo as prefix. Here we have used kilo as prefix. So for measuring large distances or large measurements, whether in kilogram, mass, time, if you are measuring them large quantity, we can use prefix like deca, hecto. See the table on page number 3. Deca, that is multiply with 10. Decameter, 10 meters. 1 decameter equal to 10 meters. Hectometer, kilometer, megameter, mega, giga, tera, peta, exa, zeta, iota. Those all prefix we can use. Okay. For example, you have seen megavolt. On poles electricity port, you have seen megavolt, gigavolt, and this means 1 megavolt equal to how much? 10 raised to power 6 volt. Or you have seen frequency 1 megahertz or 1 gigahertz. So these are prefixes. Mega is prefix, giga is prefix. It is how much? 10 raised to power 6 hertz. 1 gigahertz, 10 raised to power 9 hertz. Understood this one? To measure large quantities, we can prefix before the unit, and we can measure we can make large measurements. Similarly, if we have to make smaller measurements, so we'll use the prefix. Like centimeter, it is a prefix to meter. Like millimeter, it's a prefix to meter. Like deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, pico, femto, atto, jepto, yoto. Okay, these are the prefix. So for example, it is 0.01 meter. 0.01 meter, we can write it as 1 centimeter, because in 1 meter, how many centimeters are there? 100 centimeters. So here, this centimeter. Here we have used centi as prefix for smaller measurements. Okay, so we can avoid decimals and we can simply write 1 centimeter. Or 0.1 centimeter, we can write it as 1 millimeter. Or 0.7 centimeters, we can write it as 7 millimeter. So here we can denote the reading numerical value very clearly and properly by using prefix to the unit. This is clear. So for making large measurements or smaller measurements, we can use prefix. Okay. Now we'll be discussing units of length. We'll be discussing units of length, then mass, then time we'll be discussing. Units of length. So we have to measure the length. Length is the physical quantity. Length is physical quantity. And length we have to measure. So for measuring the length, we require some standard first. Some length will be standardized. So here, as we know, SI unit is what? Meter. SI unit is meter. So first we have to define the standard meter. That is, what is the meter? What length will be considering as meter? So here at International Bureau of Weights and Measures at SERVS near Paris, what they have decided that in 1889 they sat together and decided they have placed one rod made up of platinum iridium. Okay, it is a platinum iridium rod. There is one International Bureau of Standards, that is Bureau of Weights and Measures. They have placed one rod there, platinum iridium rod they have placed, and marked 2 points on it.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you record the meeting?
It's recording.
Okay, sir.
It's recording. I'll upload in afternoon today. Okay. If I don't go anywhere, I'm going to upload it. Okay. So what we did at International Bureau of Weights and Measures, we have placed one rod made up of platinum iridium. Okay. Its length rarely changes with temperature. Therefore, we have used platinum iridium because length should not change with temperature. So we took one rod and we marked 2 points on this rod. And what is the distance between these 2 points? We named it as 1 meter. We called it as 1 meter. So this is how we have standardized meter. We have made one standard unit. Okay. Now, any unknown quantity, that is length, we have to measure. We'll compare with this. We will compare with this. Okay. Now, for small measurements, what we'll do? We'll divide this meter into 100 parts, and each part will be equal to 1 centimeter. If further more smaller, we'll further divide 1 centimeter into 10 parts, 1 mm. And for more smaller units, we will further divide them. Understood this one? These are the metric units. Metric units, these are. Or for bigger units, we will say 1000 meters will be 1 kilometer. These all are metric units. We'll be discussing non-metric unit as well. Okay. So this is how meter was defined in 1889. And it was redefined further as well. Like in 1960, it was redefined. Again in 1983. 1983, it was redefined. We redefined meter. That is, this length we have redefined. And how we defined? Like speed of light. It is constant in vacuum. And what is the value of speed of light? Speed of light, we denote it with C. And it is how much? 299,792,458. 299,792,458 meter per second. This is the speed of light. Now, how much meters it is covering in 1 second? It is covering 299,792,458 meters in 1 second. It is covering this much in 1 second. This is clear. So 1 meter it will cover in how many seconds? 1 divided by 299,792 with commas we can use so that it can be easily remembered. 458 seconds. 1 meter distance is covered in these many seconds. 1 divided by 299,792,458. So how we can define that the meter was redefined in terms of speed of light, according to which 1 meter is the distance traveled by light. 1 meter is the distance traveled by light in 1 divided by 299,792,458 seconds. Okay. So light is traveling. Now at this point we started to measure the time. So as the time elapsed, as escaped by these many seconds, that is 1 second, these many part of 1 second, how much distance the light has traveled? That will be our 1 meter. That will be our 1 meter. This is how it was redefined in 1983. Now we are following this as 1 meter. Understood this one? Now see here, what we have avoided? Platinum iridium. We have taken the alloy which have least impact of temperature, but still some impact of temperature is there. But here it's independent of temperature. Speed of light remains constant in vacuum. Even in air, mainly it's same. So we have avoided by the change of temperature, impact of temperature on speed of light, on defining of meter. This is clear. This is how we defined meter.
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Okay, now we discuss the units of meter. We'll be discussing subunits, that is smaller units of meter. We'll be discussing subunits of meter. So for example, if we divide, we have to measure smaller length. For example, length of pencil, rubber, or this cap we have to measure. So we'll be using subunits, that is smaller units of meter. So centimeter, if we are dividing meter into 100 parts, and each part will be equal to 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter equal to 100 part of meter. 100 part of meter, or 10 raised to power minus 2 meter. This is clear. Next, furthermore, we have to smaller measurements we have to make. Millimeter we can use. 1 millimeter is how much? 1000 part of meter. 10 raised to power minus 3 meter. These are for smaller measurements. If more smaller we have to make, then it will be micrometer or micron we name it. So 1 micrometer, it will be how much? 1 millionth part of meter. That is 10 raised to power minus 6 meter. 1 millionth part of meter. More smaller, nanometer. 1 nanometer, 10 raised to power minus 9 meter. These are clear. 1 billionth part of meter. These are smaller
Yes,
units, subunits. Now we go for the multiple units of meter. This chapter is little bit boring. So the other chapter, they are very interesting. This first A is little bit boring. A little bit boring is first B as well, but still it's important. Okay. Now next is bigger units. That is where you have to measure bigger units. So we will use multiple units. Multiple units. So in bigger units, what will be the multiple units of meter will be taking? So there will be kilometer. 1 kilometer is how much? 10 raised to power 3 or 1000 meters. For example, distance between Sikar and Jaipur we measure in kilometers, not in meters. We usually don't say, because that, for example, we usually say 110 kilometer. In meters, it will be how much? 110 and these many meter. So it's more convenient to say in kilometers. So accordingly, to our convenience, we choose the unit. These are the metric units. Now we discuss the non-metric unit of length. Non-metric unit of length. Non-metric. So here, for example, we have to measure the distance between heavenly bodies. So we won't be using meter or kilometer. We require some other units. So for example, these units will be astronomical unit, light year. Always remember, light year is a unit of distance, not a unit of time. Light year, light minute, light second, they are unit of distance. We'll discuss them. Last is parsec. Okay. Parsec I'll be avoiding it for time being. After the completion of the chapter, first day we're taking parsec. Okay. Little bit more details I have to tell in this. So parsec I will be avoiding for time being. Okay. Okay. First is astronomical unit. That is astronomical unit. How we measure astronomical unit? 1 AU. What we do here, we know it. Earth moves in elliptical orbit. Earth is moving in a elliptical orbit. So here it is our sun, and Earth is moving around it. So there will be time in a year where Earth will be closest to the sun, and there will be time it will be farthest from the sun. There will be time when it is closest to the sun, and there will be time when it will be farthest from the sun. So what we are going to take, we will take the mean of these two distances. Mean distance between the sun and the earth. We'll take the average of the distance, and that average of the distance we call it as 1 astronomical unit. So 1 astronomical unit, it is 1.496 into 10 raised to power 11 meters. It is a non-metric unit. It is related to meter how? 1.496 into 10 raised to power 11 meters. Okay. This is clear. For example, if we have the mean distance between the sun and the earth, we take it as 1 astronomical unit. 1 astronomical unit is equal to the mean distance between the sun and the earth. Okay. So if we measure the distance between sun and Jupiter in terms of astronomical unit, how much it is? It is 5.203 AU, astronomical unit. It means what distance is between sun and earth. Of that, 5.20 times thus Jupiter is far from the sun. Understood this one? Jupiter is this many astronomical unit far from the sun. So astronomical unit is clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, now we discuss light year. Okay, always remember light year is the unit of length. That is, we measure distance using light year. Now see here, for example, we have to measure the distance of stars. Stars are much far away. So astronomical unit will seem to be smaller. So we go with light year. Light year, it's the distance of, it's the unit of distance. How we can define? Okay, light year. Light year, distance traveled by light. Distance traveled by light in 1 year. Okay. For example, light started from this point, and how much distance the light has traveled in 1 year. That distance is 1 light year. Understood? For example, light started from here, and how much the light has traveled, the distance covered by the light in 1 year. That distance is called as 1 light year. Understood? Always remember light year is the unit of distance. So 1 light year will be how much? 1 light year. What is the speed of light? If we take an approximate value, 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second is the speed. Okay. Distance equal to speed into time. This we all know. Distance is speed into time. 1 light is the distance traveled by light in 1 year. This is the speed and 1 year into 1 year. Okay. Now unit must be same. 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second into year converted into seconds. How many months? Okay, how many days in a year? 365 days. And in 365 days, how many? 24 hours. In 24 hours, in 1 hour, 60 minutes. And in 1 hour, in 1 minute, how many? 60 seconds. So second get cancelled, and we'll get the answer in meter. And how much it comes? How much we are getting? 10 raised to 15 meter. Or in kilometer, 9.46 into 10 raised to power 12 kilometer. Have you understood this one? See here, 1 light year, the distance traveled by light in 1 year. So what is the speed? Speed into time will give us the distance. Speed is 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second, and 1 year is the time. Convert 1 year into second. In 1 year, 365 days. And in 1 day, 24 hours. In 1 hour, 60 minutes. In 1 minute, 60 seconds. Second get cancelled. Unit remaining is meter. And these many meters. Have you understood this one?
Sir.
Okay, just a second. Okay. So this is clear. 1 light year is how much? 9.46 into 10 raised to power 15 meters. Understood? Similarly, smaller units. Light minute. Light minute means distance traveled by light in 1 minute. Distance traveled by light in 1 minute. Or light second. That is distance traveled by light in 1 second. How to calculate this one? 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. In 1 second, 1 second. Second get cancelled. It comes out to 3 raised to power 8 meter. So in 1 second, how much light is traveling? 3 into 8 meter. Okay, speed is 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. That means in 1 second, the light is traveling 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meters. These are smaller units. This is clear. Parsec we'll be discussing after completion of this chapter. Okay, you can leave parsec for time being. In parsec, we have to discuss first parallax. Okay, this is clear. Now, very smaller units we discuss. That is, for example, we have to measure the wavelength of light or size of a particle of it, like molecule size, atom size you have to measure, or the orbitals, atoms orbit radius you have to measure. For that, we use very, very small units. We use nanometer. Nanometer mostly is obsolete now. We don't use angstrom. We use. So angstrom, it's very, very small unit. Mainly it is used to measure the wavelength of light or the distance between the two molecules, molecule size we have to measure, or atom size we have to measure, or radius of the orbit of any atom we have to measure. We use angstrom. It is denoted with A, which is circle on top. This is angstrom unit. Now, how it is related with meter? 1 angstrom equal to 10 raised to power minus 10 meter. 10 raised to power minus 10 meter. Or in nanometer, how we can say 1 angstrom, we can write 10 raised to power minus 9 into 10 raised to power minus 1 meter. We can write it like this. 1 angstrom unit equal to 10 raised to power minus 1 into 10 raised to power minus 9 meter. We can write 1 angstrom equal to 10 raised to power minus 1. 10 raised to power minus 9 meter is nanometer, 1 nanometer. Or 1 angstrom equal to 1 by 10th nanometer. Or 1 nanometer equal to how much? 10 angstrom unit. This is clear? Similarly, you can derive relation between angstrom and micron. It will be 10 raised to power 4, 10 raised to power minus 4, 10 raised to power minus 6. Okay, you can derive that one. Next smaller unit is Fermi. Fermi is 10 raised to power. So 1 Fermi. It is 10 raised to power minus 15 meter. This is for the smaller unit, Fermi. This is clear? Okay, just we will stop here. 4 minutes are remaining. So go through it once. If you have got any doubt, you can ask. SI system is clear. So, okay, once we discuss that one, see on page number 2, fundamental quantities, units and symbols in SI system. One table is given. Open that page once. Okay, we'll discuss that one little bit. Now see here. In the left column, quantities are given. These are the physical quantities. Length, mass, time, temperature, luminous intensity, electric current, and amount of substance. These are the 7 fundamental quantities. 7 physical quantities that we have taken. Okay. In SI system, these 7 fundamental quantities we have taken. Okay. And 2 complementary fundamental quantities, angle and solid angle. Okay. Now, units, these are the units we have defined or standardized. Like for length, meter will be unit. Symbol is M. For mass, kilogram is the standard unit. We have defined kilogram. Other units will be deriving in terms of kilogram. Time, second. Temperature, Kelvin. Luminous intensity, candela. Electric current, ampere. Amount of substance, mole. In mole, we measure the amount of substance. That will be more discussed in chemistry. In chemistry, you will understand. Angle, radians. Angle we measure in radians. Like you measure in degrees, angle is radians is the SI unit. Solid angle, steradian. That is three-dimensional angle. We're using steradian. These are clear. Okay, just go through it once. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Parsec will be discussing after completion of this chapter. Okay.
Thank you.
And any doubt you have, you can ask.
No, sir.
Okay, so you have to do one thing.
Yes, sir.
Question answers are there. Okay. Page number 9. Page number 9, question answers are there.
Yes,
In
sir.
notebook, you have to do only the numericals. In 9th class, you have to do only the numericals in notebook. But if you want to do the question answers in notebook, it's good. It would be better if you do the question answers as well in notebook. Okay.
Sir, is it
Numericals are-
compulsory to do
No,
question answer in notebook?
question answers it's not compulsory. Numericals are compulsory. You don't have to write the questions, but answers you can write in numericals. Okay, question answers are not compulsory, but still I recommend you to go through the question answers, try to find in book. If you are not getting in book, try to frame out the answer. You must know the answers and how to write. Okay, so at least you must go through them. So whatever we have discussed today, go through the question answers. In next lecture, I'll be asking you. Okay, I'll be randomly selecting one student or anyone, and I'll be asking them. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then we end the meeting here.
Thank you, sir.
Revise whatever we have studied, find out the question answers, frame the answers, and I'll be asking you. Numericals will be doing in class. Okay, thank you.
You, sir.
Thank you all.
Sir.
Yes, any doubt you have?